Hello, hello, y'all. This is Laurie with Laurie Resiliently Crafting. How y'all doing on this Thankful Thursday? It's Thankful Thursday. How y'all doing? Welcome, welcome. We are in the Stand Tall Crafting Group. If by chance you see this little red button right here, you caught me live. If not, just do hashtag replay, and I'll get back to you just as soon as Mr. FB lets me see you. Anyway, welcome, welcome. We are in the Stand Tall, which is hosted by Miss Krista Vollmer. She also has her own page, and it's Crafts by Krista. Both the Crafts is a K and Krista's with a K. So make sure that you check out her page. She doesn't go live, but she does sell some really neat items. So y'all need to go check her out because she is the host of the Stand Tall Crafting Group, and she does it twice a week, and it's lots of work. Lots of work. So we greatly appreciate for you being here and supporting the group and all the things, because it's fantastic, y'all. It's fantastic. So how y'all doing today? How y'all doing? Just waiting on Miss Sarah to finish out. She's just about done with Craft Freedom. So far we've seen Studio J Company with Miss Jennifer. And then we've got, just finishing up is Crafted Freedom with Miss Sarah. Then it's myself. Hey, Renee, how you doing, beautiful? Hey, Natalie. Hey, thank y'all for being here. Then it's myself, Laurie Resiliently Crafting. Then we have beautiful Sandy with Sandy's Burlap and Bling. Then we have the Southern Belle Crafts with Miss Debbie. And then we have Aries Moon with Miss Dina. Then Ronnie's Chaotic Crafts. Then we have Craft Root Confessions with Beth. And to close us out tonight is Done By Me with Marilyn and John, our favorite couple. Our favorite couple. So how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Y'all, things have been kind of cray-cray around my house. It's been just a little bit nuts. Just a little bit nuts. But it's okay. All right, Krista, awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Let me hit my refresh button on my laptop so that we can... hopefully we won't miss any comments, because we all know how they like to play with the comments, right? Thank you for sprinkling, Natalie. Thank you so much. Thank you, Krista, for having me. I did good and checked in on time like I was supposed to. In fact, I had done gone to bed Tuesday night. Yeah, Tuesday night. I done gone to bed and I couldn't sleep. And I was up and down, and I thought, oh, it's Tuesday night. Let me go check to see if it's up. So I went and checked, and it was up, and I was like, let me hit it right now. I think it was like 11:30 at night here in the East Coast. Hey, Pat, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here. Hey, Sue, how you doing, beautiful? Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all so much, so much, so much. If you just now coming in, we are in the Stand Tall Crafting Group, hosted by Miss Krista Vollmer. She does have her own craft page. She does not go live, but she does sell items. And she's got all kinds of neat little stuff. And her page name is Crafts by Krista. Crafts is with a K, and Krista's with a K. So y'all go check her out, because she would love for you to follow her. Hey, Sandy, Burlap and Bling, she's up next, y'all. She's up next. Thank you, Krista. I was kind of, yay, I did it. But, I mean, to me, it was 11:30 at night, but you on the, a different central time, so it was probably 10:30 at night. You were probably still up, so I was like, well, I didn't disturb her or nothing. I know that. But anyway, so we're going to craft today. I have done some prepping because I decided I had it laid out to do it one way, and I'm still doing the same project, but I wasn't real happy with my surface. So I decided, when I came in here, I was watching Miss Jennifer, and I said, let me see what I got in my other building for as far as surfaces go, because I wanted it to be a rusticy looking, and the surface I had was just a 14-inch round from, is it 12 or 14? I'm not sure, but it came from the Hobby Lobby, so it doesn't have a lot of grain in it, and the way I'm doing it, I wanted it to show the grain. So I ended up going and getting 2 of these. Let me see what they are. They are 1/2 inch thick, and they are 5.5 inches wide. So it's a 1 by 5. And I had a couple of them that were already cut the same size. You don't sleep, insomnia is worse. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey Pam, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here. So I took 2 of these 1 by 5. So it ended up being a 1 by 10. And then I'm not sure how long it is. Yes, I am. It's 18 inches long. But I decided I want to do it like this. So I got the wood, and it was really, really rough. So I went out there and sanded it down real good. Hey, Stella, how you doing? Hey, Patty Millage. Hey, girl, hey. Thank you for sprinkling, sweet friend. Thank you, thank you. I sanded them down real good. It was just some scrap that my husband, we had from many projects that we've done. And when he does a project, I gather up what scraps that he has that I might be able to use. And I stick them in my other building that I've got, my storage building. And I stick them in there. So if I decide I might need something, if it's not the right size, I just cut it down. But these 2 were exactly the same size. Didn't have to cut them. But I went ahead and sanded them down, both sides and the edges and everything, so it'll be nice and smooth. We don't want anybody to get no splinters. But I went ahead and put them together with, these are shims. And all I did was took the fat end on one end and the fat end on the other end, and then put them together so that they made a complete little support board. And then I nailed them. I don't know if you can see. Whoops, upside down. I nailed them in and then added these hangers. So that part's already done, so that when I get done with my project, I won't have to flip it over and possibly damage my project because I'm putting this stuff in. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, beautiful Nora, how you doing? Yes, happy Thursday. It's Thankful Thursday, girl. But I did not stain this side, and I'll show you the reason why. But the stain that I used was the Val-spar antique glaze, and you get this at Lowe's. Get it at Lowe's. I don't use it a lot, but with the project that I'm doing, I wanted a real dark stain. I like the antique wax, but you have problems when you use a wax, putting a surface over top of it and it adhering well. So I decided to use the glaze. It's not a wax, it's a stain. And I wanted the darker color stain. So that's the back of it. And it looks good too. So as far as selling it, it'll be a good thing. Oh, we got 13 eyeballs. Woo, woo. Awesome sauce. Thank you for sprinkling the blessings, Nora. Thank you, thank you. And then, like I said, and I did the edges. Went ahead and done the edges, but I left this because we're gonna put this on here, but I want behind it to be painted in a cream color or something light, so that this printable that I have really stands out. If I did the stain dark, it would be dark up underneath it, and I don't want that. So we got to finagle it. And I also went ahead and I got some trim. This is real wood trim. This is not wood you bend. This is real, just wood trim. And I got it from Temu. You know, they're doing that clearance out on all the United States warehouses. Well, I got a pack of it, and I think there was 16 pieces that were this long, all but a half an inch. I cut a half an inch of it off. And then I went ahead and stained those as well, so that they had time to dry, and we didn't have to sit here and watch stain dry, right? Hey, Debbie, how you doing, beautiful? Debbie will be out later, too. Thank you, Stella. Thank you, sweetie. Now, I've got this print, and this print came from the Craft and Coop printable group. And for the life of me, I can't even think of the name of it at the moment. But I got it last year, and it was just in my phone, and when I find something that I like, I go ahead and print it out. Hey, done by me. Hey, Marilyn or John, whichever one you are. Hey, girl. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Thank you for being here. So I went ahead and yesterday, because I knew I was going to do this, I went ahead and sprayed it down with that fixable spray, so that the ink, even though I printed it out last year, I wanted to make sure that when I decide to seal it, that none of the ink will run. So that's that. Now I am going to go ahead and use, y'all know I love my tearing tool, my wonky tearing tool. It comes in handy. I love it. So we're going to use it, and I'm going to put it right here to the edge. Put it right to the edge. And the other reason why I kind of went away from the round that I was doing is I wasn't sure how round I could get my printable with the tearing tool. I said, well, I know I can do a square or semi-square anyway, but with doing a round and a round, it would just, I don't know, unless I put it on a surface and sanded it off, then I wouldn't have the rough edges. And I like the rough edges. Hey, Tina Johnson. Hey, beautiful friend. Thank you for being here. So we are going to tear this off. And this is rice paper. I had printed it on rice paper, not and now here lately, I haven't even been putting it on rice paper. I've just been using regular copy paper. But this time, this is rice paper. And it's rice paper that I got from, I believe it was Amazon. But it doesn't have, it's not like the mulberry paper or hey, Karen Jean. Hey, beautiful. How you doing? Thank you for being here. It doesn't have the fibers in it near as like some of the others, like the mulberry paper has the whole bunch of fibers in it. This does not. This is just regular standard plain rice paper. This is what you would usually get if you order something from somebody that does printables that are already printed out for you. Thank you for sprinkling, darling. Thank you. I appreciate you. I do, girl. How y'all doing? Anybody got any big plans this weekend? Well, I tell y'all, I don't know if I told y'all about my grandson. He swore up and down that he was able to get his license. It was a year on February 2nd. Well, we get up there to the driving places, which is 45 minutes away. We get up there on the 5th of February to get his driver's license, and they immediately tell us we have to have an appointment for that. Well, why didn't anybody that I talked to the last 2 days about making sure we had all the correct paperwork, that they said that I had to have an appointment? Nobody said that, anyway. So we get up there, and of course we don't have an appointment. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll go outside and make an appointment. And I was hoping we'd be able to, while we were there, because it's a 40-minute drive, right, go ahead and get our appointment. Well, I went ahead and was trying to make the appointment. And, well, then it came up because it asked for his permit ID number and all the things. Well, I go to put it in, and his number, and it says, you have to wait a year and 1 day. Which, we were there on the 5th. His permit wasn't a year old until the 6th. So we had to wait on the 7th. And on the 7th, they weren't doing road testing. So, and then down here, the Georgia Department of Driver Services is closed on Mondays because they're open on Saturdays. But they don't do road tests on Saturdays. Sorry, y'all, my nose is wanting to run. Hey, Lady T, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. Your hair looks awesome, girl. Your hair looks awesome. Let me just wipe my nose here so it don't run away with me. Okay, so this is our print. And y'all know, I'm a Christian. I'm a pastor's wife. I'm all about doing things that represent Jesus Christ and what he done for us on that cross. So anyway, we ended up having to wait till Tuesday to get an appointment. So Tuesday, we went and got it. And that child, I tell you what, he's got anxiety. And when he's got something that's worrying him, it just goes through the roof. He was all to pieces. I mean, all to pieces, Monday and Tuesday morning. And I kept telling him, boy, you got this. You've been driving. I've been, doing the test driving thing. Hey, Peggy, I've been doing the test driving thing on, with him, so he could learn to drive for the last year and a half, and he drives fine. The only thing he was worried about is the parallel parking. I said, well, son, you don't really have to worry about that too much. I said, you can do it. I said, but it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you don't knock over a cone and you get it in that hole, you're going to be fine. Well, I can't do it, Mimi. I can't do it. I was like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Well, nowadays, when they do the driving test, they don't have one of the instructors in the car with you. That person that's taking the test has to have a guardian or a parent or a grandparent or whoever with them while they take the test, and they put a camera in the car, and then they call the other person that's with the student driver and talks them through what they want you to do. Totally new to me, right? But obviously somebody must have got hurt with a new driver. Right? So, you know, they don't change the way they do things unless something happens to make them change it. That's just the way things work. All right, so we got this on done. I'm going to go ahead and pull my board over, and we're going to make sure we got it on the right side. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, girl. Hey, sister. Hey, Lena Sue Lazo. That's my bestie, y'all. My bestie. And I am going to put it up closer to the top because there's something that I want to put down here, okay? And I'm just going to stand up and eyeball it. We're going to eyeball it. And I am going to take my pencil and kind of mark around the area in which the print is going to go out to. But like I said, the edges are dark, so it'll be okay if I end up getting a stain on the outside. But we want to make sure that the inside is a brighter color so that the inside of the print stands out. You catching what I'm throwing? You catching what I'm throwing? They still go with you, Peggy? Well, they still make you parallel park here. And I told my grandson, I said, what's bad is I know some adults that still don't know how to parallel park. I'm just saying. I've seen adults that don't know how to parallel park. So why they still have it going? But the only thing I can think of is because some of the small towns here, they still do have parking that's parallel parking. But if you don't know how to parallel park or parallel park, you know, if you're not sure of yourself to parallel park, then most people just, you know, find another parking spot. You know, usually a place that's got parallel parking in the front, they usually have parking in their back of their building or in a different parking lot. And people will actually walk so that they don't have to parallel park. I'm just saying. Hey, Loris, how you doing? It's okay, sweetie. It's okay. I know life happens. Be in prayer for Sissy. Sure will, Sue. Hey, Cheryl King. How you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Okay, so now you can see where I went ahead and, I don't know if you can see that real good, but I did kind of pencil around where the print's going to go. And I'm going to get, let's see, what we're going to use, Let's just go with the Home Decor Folk Art in the white chalk paint. Hey, Dawn, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? How you doing? And this is the one that I just stuck a hole in it, so I'm going to squirt some in my little container here, because it's not going to take a lot. Hey, English Cottage Crafts. What's your name, sweet friend? I failed my driver's test because I couldn't parallel park. The instructor asked me what I was going to do if I was somewhere. Yeah, unfortunately, they still make you know how to do that. Unfortunately, they do. Whether you use it much or not, they still want you to know how to do it. They still do. And I know, like I said, I know I know adults that still don't know how to parallel park. Just saying. What's your name, English Cottage Crafts, girl? What's your name? What's your name? I don't want to call you by your painter name all the time, girl. Don't want to call you. You must be new to me. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you. I'm Laurie with Laurie Resiliently Crafting, and we are in the Stand Tall Crafting group today, hosted by Miss Krista Vollmer. She is fantastic at these events. She knows what she's doing when it comes to these events. She does. And I give her a huge shout out because I could not do it. I just could not do it. And I totally get it when people don't check in like they're supposed to, which I'm notorious for, and poor Krista, and I get it. I totally get it. I'm surprised she still lets me come be in her events, because sometimes I just totally forget it. But, you know, if you're going to put it down that you want to be in the event, then you need to make sure you're doing following all the rules, right? It's Julie. Hey, Julie. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. Hey, Amy Moo. How you doing, sweetie? How you doing? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, girl. How you doing? How you doing? You know, we have, at church this Sunday is Baptist Women's Day. So guess what all us women are doing? We are doing the service. Instead of my husband, who is the preacher, doing the service, it's going to be the women of the church are doing the entire service. Doing the entire service from start to finish, as well as at night, the night service. So we got bunches going on. So we had to practice last night after Bible study for the songs that we're going to sing. I don't have a real good voice, but I love to sing to the Lord because he tells me just to make a joyful noise. And that's what I do, make a joyful noise. I try. I'm not going to say I'm good at it, but I try. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Julie. I'm sorry. I pulled out of the parking space and parallel park, turn right at the end of the street. Let me see that. I can't read it all. Turn right at the end of the next street, turn right in the end of the third street, and park the car in the same spot that I pulled out of, passed my test. Oh my goodness. Yeah, once they got done with, in the little section by the building of the driver's ed thing, and all they do that made you do there was, to be able to back into a parking spot, parallel park, and then back, straight line backing, which means, you know, just, hey, Cindy, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? You know, that's just backing up in a straight line. Well, he got out of the car, and the instructor, she come out there to the car, and she says, well, how you think you did, buddy? He said, I think I passed. And she said, why you say that like that? He said, I'm just unsure myself. And she's like, well, you did great. He's like, phew. And then we were going home, and he was so keyed up on the way there, because I made him drive there, you know. He was so keyed up on the way there. On the way home, I bet he yawned 10 or 15 times. And I just started laughing. He said, what you laughing at, Mimi? I said, your anxiety was you were so wound up with your anxiety about you not passing that test because of that parallel parking. I said, now that you've got your license and all the things, I said, your body's saying, phew, it's over with. It's over with. Yeah. It just tickled me because he worries himself about the darndest things. I'm like, boy, you've got this. I've been with you while you've been driving. You know, you got to have somebody with you until you have that license. So I know how you drive. You drive well. You drive very well. And I told him a couple times to get out there in my car and put some cones out in the yard. He's got some soccer cones for when he used to play soccer. I said, set the cones out there the same width and length of the car, just a little bit longer, and practice, you know. And he'd practice, and he'd come in and says, I think I got it. I said, well, if you don't know you got it, then you need to go back out there and do some more. Well, no, I got it. And the closer it got to him taking that test, though, it was driving him cuckoo bananas. Cuckoo bananas. Okay, we need a little bit more white paint. And it's okay if this is not full coverage because it's going to be under the print. But we do want our print to stand out. So we are painting this white. with the folk art. I think it's Adirondack. Yeah. Adirondack white. Anybody got any plans this weekend? Like I said, we getting ready for Baptist Women's Day at the church Sunday, and then the other church that we used to go to, not the one that he preached at, but our original home church, they're having a Valentine's gathering, and we were invited to that Saturday. So Saturday evening, we're going to be going to that church and doing a little Valentine dinner with our home church. Do a little Valentine dinner. I'm just going to, yeah, it's okay if it doesn't have full coverage, but I'm just going to use up what paint's in this container so that I don't waste it. I don't want to waste it. I was just saying, this one's watching, that one's watching. Your birthday's tomorrow, Jennifer. Well, happy birthday, girl. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I don't want to get in trouble, but happy birthday to you, girl. I hope you have a fantastic birthday. I hope so. I hope so. I know I heard you talking about it was your dog's birthday was last week. Then one of your other dog's birthday was yesterday or something, and then your birthday, and then it's your husband's birthday. I was like, dang, you got them all on top of each other, Jennifer. You got them all on top of each other. You're very welcome. Okay, we're done with that. So we're going to put that in there. Let's dry that. Let's dry that. And I went to my booth yesterday to swap out some of the winter stuff that I had, because yesterday and the day before was 74 degrees. Yesterday was 78. Today it's 66. But the sun's shining. If you're standing in the sun, it's just as warm as can be. It's beautiful out there. Beautiful. So yesterday I decided that it was time for me to go to the booth and change out my, as you can see, everything that was behind me is now at the booth. Anyway, change out the winter stuff and get the winter stuff and, you know, all the things. Okay, now we are going to, that's the top. I'm going to use the Val-spar. Hey, Virginia, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Thank you for being here. The Val-spar glaze, and it's called, the color is called mooseMoose. But it's the antiquing glaze is what it's called. Well, I just had it open. I reckon I closed it up too tight. Goodness gracious. Cold and windy here in Maryland. Oof. Yeah, well, you're right off the water, too, so I'm sure it is windy. I'm sure it is windy. I know the other day, my husband come in, and I got one of those flags that go out, like on your porch, that you put the little bracket on your porch. Anyways, so we're going to use this, and I'm going to use a sponge brush to finish up this. So I'm going to use what's in the lid first. Hey, Ronnie, how you doing, girl? How you doing? Don't get in trouble because you at work, girlfriend. Don't get yourself in trouble. So I am going to go around the edges of my white just so that it's not, I don't get all in crazy into the white. I can't talk today, y'all. I don't know why. What was I saying? What was I saying? Dang, y'all. What was I talking about, y'all? Send those 70s your way. Hey, Cassandra, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing, sweet friend? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Oh, I went to the booth and got all the winter stuff out of my spot and swapped it out for the stuff that I had here. And I was so tickled with her. The place that my booth spot is at is it's a new store. She just opened up back in October of last year, but she's still been setting up. And then she decided that she wanted to bring in vendors. Well, when the booth that I was at was shutting down, she had asked the lady that where I had my stuff at, she had asked the lady there if any of the people that were leaving or had to leave because she was shutting down, if they had places that they were going, or if she knew of anybody that wanted to stay in that vicinity. And she said, yeah. So she told her about me. So I contacted her, and we got everything set up. So yesterday I went in there, and like I said, life's been kind of crazy. My daughter's not doing well. She got relieved of her job because of the things that she's been doing and not going to work. Okay, I am going to take the baby wipe, and we're going to wipe this back. And the reason why I'm doing this is, one, this Val-spar glaze takes forever to dry. Forever. Unless you just try it. Hey, Nancy. Oh, not to get into the wipe. That's what I was talking about. Anyway, I went in there and brought my stuff in, and I said, well, after I got everything set up and I took pictures, if you're friends with me on my personal page, I posted it on my personal page, but not on my business page, because most of the people that are local to me don't follow my business page because they're not crafters. Most of them don't watch crafting. So I just put it on my personal page where my stuff was at. And I got ready, got done with everything, and I told her, I said, well, let me go ahead and pay you for February for the rent. And she said, girl, she said, January was so slow. She said, we didn't do hardly nothing. Even her part of the booth. She said, and since you were the first vendor, she said, I'm just not going to charge you. She said, you're good till March. I was like, well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, right? I'll take it. Save me a little bit of money, right? I was tickled. I was shocked, to be honest with you. I was totally shocked about it. Because most of them, wouldn't do nothing like that. Even though it was a slow month, and people aren't usually out shopping in the month of January. I mean, they do their grocery shopping and all the things, but as far as for decorative items and stuff like that, people just aren't doing it because everybody's getting over Christmas, right? Everybody's getting over Christmas. And she said it was just really, really slow. So I was like, heck yeah, I appreciate that. I was like, well, I got blessed today. Didn't even know it was going to happen. It was going to happen, but it did. God looked out for me. He did. Okay. Because I don't know. I have never, since we've been here almost 30 years, I have never not paid my property taxes. Never. And last year, and the only thing I can figure out is I was dealing with my mama and all her stuff with her driver's license, and that I had gone back and forth to the courthouse with dealing with her stuff, that it just totally escaped me that I didn't pay my taxes, because I had been there so many times that I just thought I had paid it. I mean, it was a totally honest mistake. But yeah, so I had to take care of that. Get all that taken care of, If it ain't one thing, it's 10. It's 10. Anyway. Alright, we got one more little section right here to do. And then we're going to get to the fun part. I'm putting this together. But if I hadn't have done all this prep, we'd still be putting the board together and all the things. So that's one of the reasons why I prep, because we only got an hour, y'all. And, you know, sometimes you think, well, an hour is a good length of time. But when you get to crafting, sometimes if you got so many steps, you're like, okay, and you just don't get it done. I don't know how many times I've done a event or a live and just not get it done because there's just not enough time, right? Just not enough time. Is Beth in here? Hey, Beth. How you doing, beautiful? Okay. I'm going to stick this right there. And I'm going to wipe this just a little bit. Just so that, like I said, this Val-spar takes a minute to dry. Now I need one for my hands. I did wear gloves while I was doing the back and these little other pieces, because it just gets everywhere. All right, while we're waiting on that for just a minute, let me grab my ink here. And I think I'm going to use the walnut stain and the distressed ink. It's not the oxide, it's distressed ink, but it's still Tim Holtz. And we are going to go ahead and use the dark brown around my edges of my printable, just to get rid of any white that's showing, because we don't want that white to stick out like a sore thumb, right? Just don't want it to stick out like a sore thumb. Okay. Well, let me tear that off because it's still got way too much white on it. Push that out of the way. Let's do it like this. See if we can get it done better. Nope, it's not wanting to work. And, you know, rice paper is not a stiff paper. It's a softer paper. So trying to do this can be sometimes rather difficult. It can be. It can be. I'm just getting rid of the white edging. And if it's still too white, if I can still see some of the white, I'll just tear it back. Got a couple little pieces right there I'm not liking. Another one right there. Sorry, y'all, I'm getting quiet. Getting quiet. She's Crafts by Krista with a K, both of them. Crafts is with a K and Krista's with a K. Crafts by Krista. And if y'all don't go and buy anything from her, just check out her page and hit that little follow button. We all appreciate people following, and we may not be your cup of tea, but it doesn't mean you don't have to follow. You can still follow. You're just helping the creator, you know. Because some people, it's just not their cup of tea for certain things. There's a couple creatives that I follow and I like what they do, but they have a very unique voice tone and I can't handle it. I did something with my mobile home decal and I didn't know first and I thought I had it. Oh my goodness. And it was paid back in 90. Oh my goodness, Virginia. Oh my goodness. I wish mine was only $5. I wish mine was only $5, but it's not. But the land is paid for. The land belongs to us, but it never fully belongs to us because, you know, wherever you live, they're going to get theirs, right? Well, they're going to get theirs. So it's never fully ours, right? Does that make sense? Am I making sense? All right, got this one little other side to do, and then we'll have all these little white edges out of the way. Get out of there. Get out of there. And this is so much easier to do when you're using a regular copy paper or something like that that's stiff. This is not stiff. Okay, so now you can't see the white edging on it. All right, let's get that out of the way. Close that up. Get it off my fingers so it don't end up in places that we don't want it. Because it will. I got it under my fingernail. I wish I could sit for longer than 10 minutes. Right, Lady T, right. There you go. Thank you, Krista. Thank you, girl. Krista just put in her link to her page. So if y'all are not following, she's just got that link in there. You can write it down and just go check it out. Go check it out. We appreciate everybody that joins us and all the things. We do. Alright, I'm just making sure that we've got pretty much all of this glaze dry. Alright, now we need to, before we put this on here, I want to go ahead and put this trim on here so that we don't have to work around it. You follow me? And I am going to use hot glue and the Dollar Tree wood glue because it's made by super glue. So I'm going to put the wood glue down one side, and then we're going to do the hot glue down the other, so that we got that hold me now. In the wood glue is the permanent hold, and the hot glue is the hold me now. Up, get it off of there, Laurie. You're going to have a glob of glue on there you don't want. So let's get this on there. Get it lined up. There we go. There we go. Look at there. Look at there. And this is just going to frame out just the regular boards. And really, I didn't have to stain the edges, but I was thinking that if I didn't stain it, and by chance that a spot showed, then it's all cohesive, right? Dang nabbit. Got a little bit of piece of glue that's wanting to be persnickety. Get out of there. Get out of there. Okay, now that hot glue is going to hold it on there until and then it can do whatever it wants to while the wood glue is setting up. Because otherwise, if we did just the wood glue, then we'd have to clamp it and wait. We ain't got time for all that. Oh my goodness, Krista. What a haircut. Oh my goodness, you've been busy, Lady T. You've been busy. A busy bee. You've been a busy bee. Okay, we're going to put the wood glue on there first. And then we're going to put the hot glue on there. Like I said, the wood glue is the permanent hold. The hot glue is the hold me now. How the wood glue is setting up. Come on. And like I said, I cut these to length. And I just wanted, I couldn't decide. I couldn't decide if I wanted rope or what. And then I remembered I had these wood pieces, and I was like, let's just do the wood pieces. That'll be pretty. That'll be pretty. Yeah, why do people want to get all into... There's this woman that I watch that says Cooking with Brenda Gant. I don't know if y'all watch her or not. She's an older woman that lives in Alabama. She does cooking reels or videos, and I love some of her recipes. You know, the good old-fashioned Southern, you know, things that our grandmothers used to cook, and nothing comes from a box. It's all homemade cakes, homemade biscuits, I mean, all the things. And I watch her quite frequently, and she went through she had somebody coming and stealing all her content as well. So she made a, get back up there. She made a post about identifying whether it was her real video or not. Just because these people were stealing her videos. Get back down there. Come on now. Oop, let me pull it back off. Pull it back off. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oop. I wasn't paying attention. Stealing her videos and redoing it. You love her, Jody? I love to watch Miss Brenda Gann. I do, I do. She is a sweet, sweet woman. I don't know if that's gonna work. We're just gonna have to see if we can do it like this. Don't want to break it. I don't. Okay, come on. There we go. What that? Ugh. That hot glue was on there now. It was on there for sure, for sure. I gotta peel some of it off so that it don't get too thick and then put a gap in there. I don't want that. It's just real life crafting, y'all. Real life crafting. I know, right, Ronnie? It's just like, you know, these people work hard. And I totally get it because, you know, y'all that's been following me know what they've done to me. And you work hard, you know, at your page to build up your following and all the things. And then they just steal it. It's like, why? Get a job, you know. Find something else to do. Really? It really just ills me to no end. It really does. My husband calls them basement trash. You know, they got nothing else to do but try to ruin somebody else's day. And they go in and steal other people's content and change their profiles. And, you know, it's craziness. It's just craziness. And it's people that are sorry they can't get out there and do it on their own. Hey, Sharon, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Oh, thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you. I'm just heating up this excess glue that's still on there just because I don't want it to leave a gap when I redo it. Because I didn't have it lined up like it's supposed to be. Didn't have it lined up like it's supposed to be. And hot glue will leave a gap if you're not careful. And I could have but I didn't cut any more pieces to fit exactly, so we have to use this piece. We'll have to use this piece. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Just get it lined up this time. And again, up after me is Sandy's Burlap and Bling. Miss Krista calls her Sassy Sandy. But she's a sweetheart. She might be sassy, but she's a sweetheart. It's like Debbie with Sassy Chicks 101. She's another one that's sassy. You know, just don't get on the wrong side and you don't have to deal with sassy. Sometimes she does it jokingly. But I love to see all her creations, especially the ones that she does with her grandchildren. You know, because there ain't nothing like them. I went and had to go get my grandson yesterday, my youngest grandson yesterday from school because his sister's getting braces and they didn't know if they were going to be home in enough time to pick him up from school, so I just went ahead and got him. I asked him when he got in the car, I said, did you have a good day at school? I sure did. I said, well, awesome. I said, well, what'd you have for lunch? Hey, Jackie's DIY Crafts, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here. And Linda Peppers, hey, girl, hey. And I asked him, I said, well, what'd you have for lunch today? He said, I don't know. I said, you don't remember what you had for lunch? He said, yeah, it was yellow Orange. I said, oh, do you have an orange? No, Mimi, it wasn't an orange. I said, well, what was it? And he was trying to tell me. Well, he couldn't remember. Then all of a sudden it hit him. He said it was peaches. Peaches, Mimi. I said, really? Did you eat them? He said, I took a bite, but they was gross. I said, okay. They was gross. He didn't like them at all. Yeah. I said, out of the mouths of babes. He's 5. He's still in Head Start. He'll go to pre-K this coming year. But he's doing really good. Okay, hot glue. And he really likes school, which is great. And, you know, I think a lot of kids start off liking school. It's when they get in their teen years that they start disliking school. You know? Once they get a teenager, it's like, no, I don't want to go to school. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And it's like, really? Well, guess what? You have no choice. Every state mandates that you have to go to school. Whether you like it or not, there's a lot of things, especially when you become adult, that we have to do that we don't like. Thank you, Jody. I'm so glad you caught me live, girl. I miss seeing you. I don't know why. I've noticed that since this last update, there have been several creatives that I follow that the FB has took it upon themselves to either turn off my notifications or unfollow them. I'm like, really? But it's a free platform, so we got to just do it, right? Okay, so now we have the edging on there, so it doesn't just look like a plain board, right? We'll dash it up just a little bit. Dash it up just a little bit. All right. So now I am going to use the Val-spar, the Waverly Varnish Matte. And the reason why I like this is because it's matte, and it's really, really matte. So even if it gets on my board, it's not going to show up as something shiny that I don't want there. Are you following me? When I want matte, I want matte. I don't want shiny. So this here, it's from Waverly, and it's called Varnish, but I like it as far as my medium goes, as well as, and the reason why I like it so much, it works just as good, but it's matte. It's for real matte, and I know they've got the matte, ultra or super matte that they sell now, but the only way you can buy that is through Amazon. My Walmart does not carry it. So I have to order it. Well, I can use that, and it's cheaper, and get it right at my Walmart. Okay, we're going to put this on here. Like I said, I'm just eyeballing it. And now what's coming off on my fingers is the ink that I put on the edge of the paper. It's not the actual print. It's not the print. It is the ink that I put around the edges. See? Let me get another wipe here. Come on. Why is it when you grab a wipe, you always get 3 or 4 of them at one time? Every time. All right, now we're going to dry this. Get back up there. We're going to dry this. And I know you can still see the crease in it, but that's okay. That's just showing that it's on a piece of wood, right? I'm hoping we don't get no bubbles. Now the glue's not dry. The wood glue is not dry on the pieces that we put on it. So there's that. Now I already have my iron ready to run the iron across it, just to make sure that we don't have any wrinkles in there. Yes, our next creator is Sandy, the Burlap and Bling. And she always does something wonderful. She always, what gets me with Miss Sandy is she always talks about, I know it's nothing fantastic, da-da-da-da-da. But everything she does is adorable. And she needs to quit bad-mouthing herself. And talking herself down. Don't like it. Don't like it. God gave you a ability to create. My iron almost went flying. Okay, now it's down there good. And that had a hole in it and all the things. And it's still warm. So this is what we got so far. What we got so far. And I'm liking it. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, thank you. Alright. Now, I do have a... This is the Christian craft paper that I subscribe to. I get it monthly. And this right here, it says At the Cross. And I want to put this right there on the bottom of it. I'm not going to put a bow on it. I do not want a bow on it. I do not want the bow to take away from the project of what it stands for. Because we all know, those of us that are followers of Christ know what that cross stands for and what he did for us. But he's not there anymore. He's not there anymore. And if you look at this, I like the way, because it's looking at the crosses. It's looking at the crosses, but you see how 3D it looks? Because it's depicting that you're inside the tomb that he was resurrected from. And you can see the thorns right there from his crown that he wore. Okay? And I really, really like it. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So while that's cooling off, I'm going to put this rub-on transfer. Let me make sure we got it lined up. And I like the way that this matches the brown that's around the image. Part of it's going to be on the paper, part of it's going to be on the wood. But it's okay with these transfers. You can put them on just about any kind of surface. Just about any kind of surface. Now, if it had wax on the surface, like I said, that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do, besides the fact that the coloring wasn't what I wanted it to be. If it had the wax, it would not stay. It will not stay with the wax, and it won't rub down. So that's another reason why I went with the Val-spar glaze versus the Waverly Antique Wax. So if you ever try to put a transfer on something that you have wax on, you're not going to have real good success. And I'm just telling you from experience. You may get it on there, but it probably is not going to stay permanently. Unless you Mod Podge over top of it really good, it's probably not going to stay. Because the wax, because it's a wax, it doesn't adhere real well. So, that's just a little FYI. Hey, 12 Oaks Gardens and Creations, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? You slipped in on me, girlfriend. You sliding in on me. Okay. And this, these, I don't know if y'all have heard of these, the Christian craft paper. I have got the sheet in here. Let me pull it out. There it is. I'll show it to you, and you might want to screenshot it. But they're not expensive, and it's ChristianCraftPaper.com, and there is the name of it, and these are all the things that came in that. And you could also screenshot that and get the code if you're interested. But it's some fantastic. You get all kinds each month. Like Christmas time, you get Christmas stuff. Easter time, you get Easter stuff. For each thing that's in during the month, and then the months that they aren't celebrating something, there's all different kinds of things in there, and it's all scriptural. And I'm loving this. The only thing that I think that I may do, thank y'all for them hearts. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. It does, it does. The only thing that I think that I want to do, like I said, I do not want to put a bow on it. I do not want to take away from the actual, what it stands for. What it stands for. Thank you, Krista. Yes, thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate y'all so very, very much. I was thinking I've got some of this Waverly ink and either use the ink, but I think I want to go with some ink and not paint ink. That makes any sense. If that makes any sense. Where's my black? There it is. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Let's see what we got going on here. I think that's black. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Sue. Okay, and I'm just using the archival ink. And the reason why I use the archival ink is because it's permanent. It does not come off later on. It will not come off later on. So I am just going to take this black and just kind of go around the edges just a little bit more, just to give it just a little bit more of a shadowing effect. Because I'm liking the dark wood with the color of the paper. Because I originally thought about just doing black. And I thought, well, I want to do it semi-rustic, you know. We want it kind of rustic because back then, in the days of Jesus, nothing was contemporary. Nothing was modern. There was no such thing. You know what I'm saying? There was no such thing as modern. Get off there, glue. A piece of glue. Just going around these little edges right here. Just kind of get it to blend just a little bit better and give it a little bit more definition. But again, up after me is Sandy's Burlap and Bling, and we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 more creatives. So y'all, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. If you're not in the group, please follow the group, join the group, and then you get to watch all the creatives that come on every Tuesday and Thursday of each week. And I appreciate you again, Krista. I love each and every one of you. Maybe they'll work today. Maybe they'll work today. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they did to our hearts, but some days they work, some days they don't. Don't make no sense. But Sandy's up next, so y'all have a blessed day. Thank you for being here. Hey, Rita, we're done now, girl. You will have to watch the replay. Bye for now. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow at 4:45 Eastern Time. Bye for now.